Hi, and welcome to Studio SN. My name is Sara Naumann, and today we're playing with Paper Crafter Crayons from Faber-Castell. If you're looking for a fun and easy card making technique, this Paper Crafter Crayon background might be just the thing for you. And if you've ever done any kind of brass rubbing or rubbings with texture plates before, this is the very same technique. So it's super easy to do. It might also seem a bit familiar, but that's how I've created the background here on my card. Really easy to do, so let's take a look at what you'll need. First, you're going to need a piece of paper, and this is not cardstock. This is just printer paper. It's a lightweight paper. This works better than cardstock, and I experimented with different weights of paper, but the lighter weight paper is really the best. Now the next thing you need is an embossing plate, and I'm using this one from Hot Off the Press. This is the Simple Roses. I like doing an all-over design because it really creates the look of sort of a vintage wallpaper, I think. So I really like this Simple Roses design. Now normally with an embossing plate, you would open it up and put your paper or cardstock inside, close it, and run it through your embossing machine. But we're not going to use the embossing machine today. We're just going to need one side of this embossing plate. So with an embossing folder, you have a raised side, which would be this side, and a debossed side, which is this side. So you want the raised or the embossed side of this. You're simply going to put your paper right on top and go ahead and hold it down. Then you need your Paper Crafter crayons, and if you've never worked with these before, they're really a lot of fun. These are from Faber-Castell, and they're a highly pigmented wax crayon. Now you can see the tip on here. It's a little bit blunt because I've been using it for broad strokes of color. You can sharpen the tip with a standard pencil sharpener if you need to. And then to extend more color, you just twist up the barrel down here, so you can control how long the tip is on there. And the whole barrel is filled with color. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and hold down my paper on top of my embossing folder and then simply rub the crayon right on top. And I think you can see as I'm doing this how that color and pattern emerge from here. And I don't need to tape down my paper. I find that it's a small enough surface that I can just hold it in place. Now you can use light pressure, you can use a heavier pressure. I'll add a little bit more pressure to do this area here so you can see the difference. It just depends on your personal preference and the look you're going for. So you can see here how boldly that stands out, but how it still has that beautiful kind of a vintage, I think of it as a vintage wallpaper effect, I think especially with this, this pattern. So you go ahead and create as much of a pattern as you want to. And then I want to add some additional color highlights in here. So I was just doing the blue on here. I'm going to remove the folder and just work on my table and come in with the pink. And then with the pink, I'm just going to add a little bit of color to the rose buds. And come in here like so. Add some color to the pink, and then come back in again with green to color in the leaves. And I'm not going to do the entire thing. I think you can sort of get the idea how quick and easy this really is. Would be also great to do with kids too, I think, because it's such a simple process and it gives such great results. So then I could leave this as is because it looks pretty this way too, but I want to take advantage of the fact that the crayons are highly pigmented wax crayons, which means that they will act as a resist to whatever water-based medium I put on top. So you can use lots of different water-based mediums. I really like using Distress Stain from Ranger, and this is the Antique Linen color, which is one of my favorites. And I like this because it's easy to use, easy to apply, and it dries basically immediately. So it's a really quick and easy one to use. I'll give it a shake. And then, as you can see, it's got this neat little dauber top on here. So I'm just going to lightly scribble this on. And it instantly gives that aged, antiqued effect on here. And yet the crayon is resisting that color. So I end up with a really beautiful faded rose, faded, I think Victorian wallpaper is the effect that I'm going for here. And this is all you need to do. This is basically dry, so I don't need to set anything. I don't need a fixative. I am ready to go. So let me bring back in my original card and show you how I put this together. So I just took that piece of paper once I had gotten all of the color on there and all of the stain on there. I matted it up onto teal cardstock and then cream cardstock to pick up some of the warm tones of that distress stain, then green, and then I wrapped it with a little bit of hemp twine and this great big silk ribbon here to accent that. The Celebrate here, this is also from Hot Off the Press, and this is from the stamp set, Just a Little Greeting, and it's that little Celebrate on there. And I love this stamp set for all of those tiny words, because sometimes you just need one little element on there. So I wrapped that around there and then put it onto the front of a bright pink card, which is really played back by all of the layers of matting, but still picks up the pink from that Paper Crafter crayon that I used to color the roses. So this is how you can use Paper Crafter crayons for quick and easy card making technique. I hope you enjoyed today's show. For more ideas and inspiration, please stop by my website at saranaumann.com. If you enjoyed today's video, I invite you to subscribe to Studio SN on YouTube, and I'll keep you updated with a new video every Wednesday. Thank you for joining me on Studio SN, and I will see you again next time.